This is Karrinyup Bus Station. Karrinyup Bus Station started out with a few stands on the side of the road to serve the Karrinyup Shopping Centre, which opened in 1973. Over time, the shopping centre got much bigger, and so the bus station evolved into more of its own station instead of just a few stands on the side of the road. In 2007, it was upgraded with improved lighting and seating and ramps to access the shopping centre. It was then again refurbished in 2015, and in 2020, it was completely removed and moved to the middle strip of Karrinyup Road, right in the middle as the new bus station was being built during the major changes of the Karrinyup Shopping Centre between 2019 and 2021, with a great expansion with many new stores and the building of new car parks. This has now made Karrinyup Shopping Centre one of the biggest in Perth, and so it requires better transport connections to serve it. We have just crossed Karrinyup Road at the pedestrian dedicated traffic light to access the shopping centre, and you can now see the bus station right here. It is obviously much improved to what it previously was, looking much more inviting and modern for this new large shopping centre. So, there is the main shopping centre entrance that you can take when you're at the bus station, and now we'll just take a quick look at the stands. It isn't really served by many routes, all of them are just 4-2 something routes. So here you have the 423 and 425, which are the main routes between Warwick and Stirling stations, which travel via this bus station. And here is then the screen display, which shows all of the different routes. You can see it's mainly just 423 and 425, either to Stirling or Warwick. And then an information and emergency point where you can speak to transport staff. And here's the map. So if we take a look, you can see the 425 actually crosses the freeway before going to Stirling, while the 423 doesn't. And then there's also other services like the 422 to Scarborough Beach bus station, which takes different streets to get to Stirling. And then the 424, which does a big loop up to the north and then comes back down to Stirling station. And then you've just got the two between Stirling and Warwick. As I said before, 423 actually goes all the way up to Hillary's before coming back down. And it's the only route to get to Hillary's, which is quite inconvenient considering how far it is from Warwick and Stirling stations. And then 425 is much more direct, coming through Karrinyup and through the bus station here. And this is the big list of times. You can see pretty good on weekdays, definitely. Even on weekends, it's mostly like a 15-minute frequency, so it's all good. This is stand 2 though. No Sunday service for 422 or 424 services to Scarborough and to the north of the bus station suburbs. That's unavailable, but you can still use the other two. Now you can see the rest here. We just got some seating bins and this cool engravement of Perth on this mesh cage here, protecting you from the weather. You can see it's just basically filled in. It's not even written there. It's just like the absence of gaps in the paneling, and then you can spell out the word and the logo, which is very cool. I haven't seen this in any other place before, so that's pretty nice. And then we can go further down, and here's stand 3. This one is for services towards Warwick station instead of Stirling, the further away station, so you wouldn't really be using those. If you want to get to trains, you should just go to Stirling. And then finally, there's actually a 4th stand at the back here. And this one does not serve transport routes except the stadium special, which goes all the way from here to the stadium and is the only route to travel through the Northbridge Tunnel in Perth. Then there's also the Crown bus, only twice a week, I think. Yeah, Wednesdays and Sundays. Departing at 10:01 to Crown Casino. And then, of course, a lot of school specials as well, and services can just sit down here anyway. And then that's it. As I said, only 4 routes plus the stadium and the Crown. I don't know what this is though. 10 minutes to get to Crown Casino. That's impossible. How can you get there in 10 minutes? That does not sound correct at all. Usually those times are too long, but that one seems too short. And now you get down to the end here and you see the bus station sign and the car park entrance here as well. There's another entrance down to the car park down there, because Karrinyup has this massive car park, really. So many stories and levels, which we'll go and explore right now. So there's a shopping center. Here's Karrinyup Road, and the buses can just enter straight into the left here and go to their stand. And you can see there in the middle of the road where the sand is, that's where the temporary bus station was located in 2020, when they were rebuilding the existing one here from just being some concrete and metal on the side of the road into this proper dedicated bus lane and plants and roof and seating and all that stuff. So you can see, very nice now. It looks pretty right outside here. So that's the bus station right out there, and now let's access the shopping center here. We can go straight in. Sorry for the blurriness. We're not going to be filming too much around the shops, so we're just going to go and look at the car park mainly. It is going to be pretty shaky because otherwise it gets blurry, but that's okay. So here is a travelator which takes you straight up from the ground level to the first floor. So the shopping center is basically just built across 2 floors for most of it. I think there's 3 floors at some places within the shops, but that's not too much really, although there is a lot of different malls and halls around. You can easily get lost, especially with the new circular loop, which is like a slow curve through the shopping center, and then you get completely lost because you lose your sense of orientation. Anyway, you saw the car park right there with the signs and saying what's open, like which bays are available and which are not, color coding, all smart technology. Now this is one of the lifts here. This side of the shop, it's only got 2 underground bays and then the 2 shop bays. 4 floors for this lift. That's still okay, I guess. So we're just going down now to take a look. We just got here, this is the one of the underground car parks, so level B1. And then you can go even further down to level B2, which is the second level of underground car parking. Reminds me a bit of the underground Claremont Station car park. Very nice, only underground transport car park. You can watch Claremont Station to see that. And here we are, B2. You can see out there, just more car parking basically. So that's that. And also, what is this? Why would you rent out a portable battery for, what is that, $24? Or actually, I think that's the deposit, but still, why would you rent out a specific battery to charge your phone and then come back here to put it back in and pay later? That sounds so weird. Don't know who uses this, and there's so many available. Just a quick look inside the shop. You can see it's got most major stores, Aldi, Meijer, Coles, Woolworths, everything you basically want. But now I've come to the other end of the shopping center, where there is another car park. So you basically got the western car park, which is 2 underground levels, but then you've also got the eastern one, which, look at this, 6 levels of car parking. That is just insane. So 2 underground levels, the ground level, and then the upper level, and then another medium car park level, and then the rooftop level. So many stories, so crazy, honestly. So see all those buttons, most of them, I mean all of them say parking, and then the 2 shopping levels as well. So we're gonna go all the way from the bottom here at B2 to the top. So quite a quick ride, honestly, for 6 stories. Up we go. Here we are already at 2.
Doors opening. Level 2.
And now we can exit out here. So, let's head outside now. Although these 6 stories, it seems pretty crazy here because you've got such a big car park overall, like it's a big square. But you've also got 6 stories at the Claremont Quarter Shopping Centre as well, next to the Claremont Underground Transport car parking. On the other side of the station, you've also got underground levels and then above ground levels and the rooftop, but it's a much smaller car park overall, so it's not as many bays. Now, you can see how high we are here. Look at that view of the city down there. You can see everything, including the Quelup Lake over there, I think that is. And you can see all the way out to the hills in the distance. To the left you can see basically all the way out to Whitfords and such. See the lake right there, very pretty all along. And then of course you've also got the great view of the city on the right, and you can see all the buildings right there just in the middle of this tree-lined suburbs. Looks pretty strange when you look at it like this, but just all those skyscrapers jolting out in the middle of suburbia. And here's the intersection of Karrinyup Road and Francis Avenue, and you can also see the bus station. It's actually just behind that Hungry Jack's over there. Now if you don't want to take the lift, there are also the escalators to get you all the way up from the ground floor to the top. But when you take this, you realize it's not actually that high, even though it does look like a great view from up there. But it's just this short escalator, and then you're already down at the mezzanine level, or however you call it. And that's another level of car parking, and then you can walk down there if you need the lift. But otherwise, here's another escalator, broken though. I'm still gonna walk down. And then you already get to the first level of the shopping center. And then this is where the food court is. And at the time of recording, they were giving away free ice cream here. And that was in September though. You got some nice new toilets there as well. And the whole food court. And then you can go down to ground level, but I'm not going to film anything else in the shop. So we're gonna head back to the bus station now and watch the bus clips. I'm going to give the bus station a rating of 3 stars. It's very good compared to the previous ones that were located here, which would have got 1 star, just a metal shelter on the side of the road. Now it's got planters and dedicated bus lanes and layover bays and seating and big shelter and bins and everything. Screen display. It's just still very small, I guess. Not as big as other ones, and there's no toilets available. You would have to go into the shopping center for that. It's not staffed, and it's got limited service really with only 4 routes, so it's not going to get a full rating, but it's still a pretty good station.